Okay, let's dive in. You know, we always hear that building a new car takes ages, doesn't it?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years, sometimes feels even longer. It's this really long, drawn-out process usually.
Exactly. So, what happens when a giant automaker like Volkswagen just decides, nope, we have to cut that way down?
And not just rush it,
Right.
but actually change how they do it, fundamentally.
Right. And that's exactly what they seem to be doing with their new little electric city car, the ID.1.
Uh-huh. They're aiming for, what, 36 months total development time?
36 months. For VW, I mean, their normal is closer to like 48 to 60 months.
Yeah, that's a massive speed up. It's
Yeah.
pretty ambitious.
And it seems like the big push is getting this affordable EV, the ID.1, they're talking under 20,000 euro spec,
Hmm.
getting that out fast to make EVs more accessible for everyone.
It definitely sounds like more than just, okay, let's work faster. It sounds like a whole new way of thinking for them.
It absolutely is. This isn't just fiddling with the project timeline.
Yeah.
It's a complete rethink of how they design, engineer the whole process for electric vehicles.
And for this deep dive, we're digging into an article by Francesco Barantini on Inside ERVs. He lays out this pretty bold plan.
Okay, so our mission today is basically to figure out how VW thinks they can actually hit this, incredibly fast timeline.
Yeah, what are they learning? And who are they learning it from? Because it sounds like they're looking abroad.
Especially those fast movers in China, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what does this whole shift mean for how cars get made in the future? And, crucially, what's in it for you, the potential EV buyer?
Yeah, what's really interesting reading that source material is that the inspiration isn't some, secret German engineering trick this time.
No, it seems quite open. They're looking directly at the speed and, well, the efficiency of companies in China, particularly startups,
Right. Companies like BYD, they've shown you can speed things up dramatically.
without necessarily compromising on the car itself, on the innovation.
So the article mentions that some of these Chinese companies, BYD being a prime example, can go from an idea to a car rolling off the line in maybe 24 months.
24 months.
Yeah.
Wow. That's even faster than VW's new target of 36.
It is. So, okay, how? How do they manage that speed, and what bits is VW trying to copy or adapt?
Well, it seems to boil down to a few key things. First, a much flatter structure. Less hierarchy, less bureaucracy.
Okay, makes sense. Faster decisions.
Exactly. Rapid decision-making. Empowering teams lower down to just make the call without endless meetings going up the chain. And then a really tight link between R&D and production. They work almost as one unit.
That agility, that speed, that's what VW seems to be after.
Yeah, and the article quotes Thomas Kamla. He's the chief engineer for this ID.1 project. He basically says, look, to hit our 2027 launch target, we have to use new tools, faster processes, and really build this startup mentality.
A startup mentality inside a giant like Volkswagen, that sounds challenging.
It is. And it's not just about meetings and mindset, is it? Technology plays a huge role.
Right, the source mentioned AI, artificial intelligence.
Using AI to crunch through tons of design options, technical solutions, way faster than humans could ever do traditionally.
Sort of like turbocharging the R&D phase.
Exactly. Finding the best path much, much quicker.
And it also sounds like they're thinking about the physical workspace, too, creating places designed for, constant learning and quick changes.
Yeah, trying to break down those old, maybe more rigid ways of working that you naturally get in a big, established company.
So this Chinese approach, as the article puts it, VW is actually practicing this already.
It seems so. Through their strategy in China, the In China for China plan,
Oh, okay.
they're developing loads of new energy vehicles, like over 20, specifically in China by 2027. And the goal there is to cut development time by over 30% compared to how they used to do it.
So they're using China as a sort of high-speed lab.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Working with their local partners there lets them access local tech, supply chains, infrastructure, and basically road test this faster, more agile model before rolling it out for projects like the ID.1 globally.
And the poster child for this speed and efficiency mentioned in the article is BYD itself, right?
Absolutely. I mean, BYD becoming the world's biggest EV maker by volume, overtaking Tesla recently.
Yeah.
That's put down precisely to this edge.
Yeah.
Flexible platforms, their blade battery tech, and this incredibly efficient production system.
And that production efficiency. You mentioned a number that just jumped out at me from the source.
The 90 seconds?
Yes, BYD can apparently make a car every 90 seconds.
That's staggering, isn't it?
It really puts VW's challenge into perspective. That's the kind of speed they're aiming towards, or at least inspired by.
And BYD's Dolphin model, which is basically the European version of their Seagull in China, that's held up as proof of concept. An affordable, decent electric city car born from this fast process, already competing in Europe.
So VW is essentially saying, okay, let's look at how they do it. Let's adapt those methods.
Pretty much. Learning lessons on structure, on using tech like AI, on making things efficiently so they can compete better in this global EV race.
And the ID.1 is positioned as the first big test of this whole new approach.
Exactly. It needs to hit that sub 20K price to really open up electric mobility, but it also needs to prove that a legacy giant can reinvent its development speed by learning from the fastest players.
And the car itself, based on that ID, everyone concept, it sounds quite smart. Small, front-wheel drive.
Yeah, engineered for efficiency and trying to maximize space inside a small footprint. City car basics done well, hopefully.
And they mentioned sustainable materials, too, like using recycled plastic for seat fabrics.
Right, which is good to see.
Yeah.
It shows they're not just focused on speed and cost cutting. They're also thinking about the wider picture for the car itself.
Yeah, it seems like the push for speed isn't completely overshadowing the actual product design or, environmental aspects, at least for this model.
It seems like a balanced strategy, or at least that's the aim.
Okay, so let's just pull this together. The big idea here is Volkswagen making this huge push to speed up EV development, like really speed it up.
Yeah, aiming for that 36-month cycle for the ID.1. And they're doing it by looking very closely at how faster companies, especially in China like BYD, operate.
Adopting that startup mindset, faster decisions, using tech like AI more heavily.
And really focusing on production efficiency, trying to mirror what allows others to build cars in maybe 24 months, and incredibly quickly, too.
And this ID.1, the car itself, aiming for under 20,000 using sustainable bits, it's like the first tangible result, the test case for this faster, globally inspired strategy.
Exactly. It's their concrete step towards making EVs genuinely affordable for more people, enabled by this whole new way of working.
So when you think about a company like Volkswagen adopting these super fast methods, these technologies, aiming squarely at affordability, it does make you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it raises a bigger question beyond just VW or the ID.1.
What does this whole global race, this drive for speed, for efficiency, this cross-pollination of ideas and manufacturing methods across markets,
Right.
what does it all mean for the cars you will actually get to drive?
Right. What does it mean for quality, for safety, for the pace of innovation? How will electric vehicles evolve in the next few years because of this intense global acceleration?